November 1st is a big day in Algeria. There are usually celebrations commemorating the anniversary of the start of the War of Independence with France in 1954. But this year, due to the pandemic, there are no large-scale festivities planned. Instead, people are voting in a referendum on whether to revise the constitution. The government has painted the referendum as pro-democratic for promising term limits, simpler procedures for creating political parties, and handing some presidential powers to the Prime Minister. It also would see the creation of a corruption-busting unit. This is a direct response to widespread anger over graft that sparked weekly protests for more than a year until the pandemic stopped rallies. To win the referendum, either the yes or no camp needs at least 51% of the vote. But Hirak, the movement which spearheaded the weekly protests, says the reforms don't go far enough. The youth-led movement says the referendum is an attempt by the government to look progressive, while its overall power structure stays the same.
Many Algerians aren't optimistic about what's happening in the country and our future. A lockdown is still in place due to COVID. There are still arrests and political trials. The regime talks about constitutional change, but Algerians still don't really have the opportunity to participate in the political aspect of things. So it's another missed opportunity.
Hirak also says the government didn't involve its members in drafting the constitutional amendments, which is why the proposed changes fall short.
I don't understand the draft constitution. That's why I'm undecided whether to vote yes or no.
Of course, we have to vote. We can't leave the country in a mess. We need laws and we will vote en masse.
Frankly, I won't vote because I don't recognise this system at all and I will not vote for it. Algerians did not vote for President Tebboune. He was appointed against our will.
President Abdelmajid Tebboune came into power in December following an election with a record low turnout. He pushed for the referendum, but he's now in hospital in Germany after some of his staff caught the coronavirus. Few details have been released on his condition. 23 million Algerians are eligible to vote in Sunday's referendum out of a population of 44 million. But there have been calls for a boycott and also fears over COVID-19. The oil-rich nation has been battered by the pandemic and low crude oil prices amid spiralling living costs and unemployment. For many Algerians, constitutional reform is the least of their concerns. Denise Savoya, TRT World.